My name is Marie, and this is Likened Unto Me, my personal scripture journey. Alma chapter 26 is great. It happens at the end of Ammon and Aaron and Omner and Himni's mission to the Lamanites. And they're gathered together, and in chapter 25, we've just been given a list of all of the cities of Lamanites that have been converted to the gospel of Jesus Christ. So Ammon and his brethren are all gathered together, and they're talking about what's happened, right? And Ammon starts to glory in his God, right? He's talking about how much they have to rejoice over. He talks about all these Lamanites that have been saved, that they've been able to teach, that have accepted God, that have received salvation, and all of these things, right? So he's going on and on about all these things that he's grateful for, that him and his brothers have been able to do. And at one point, his brother Aaron calls him out and is like, "Hey, Ammon, I fear that thy joy doth carry thee away unto boasting." So Aaron is worried that his brother Ammon is getting carried away and pride is entering back in, So he tries to calm him down a little bit. And Ammon says to him, "I do not boast in my own strength, nor in my own wisdom, but behold, my joy is full, yea, my heart is brim with joy, and I will rejoice in my God." Now, this chapter, I think, is a great lesson in humility. I think we can sometimes mistake self-deprecation as humility. We tend to emphasize our weaknesses, emphasize what we're not good at, and we take that for humility. But it's not actually humility. Humility is recognizing that all good things come from God and giving Him the glory, right? But that's not what I'm going to focus on today. I'm going to focus on what Ammon is doing. So Ammon is at the end of many years of hard things. In the scriptures, it sounds like their mission was all nice and roses and easy and whatever, but you got to remember that his brothers were thrown in prison, they were tied up, they were naked, they were starved, they were spit upon, people were cast out of synagogues, out of people's houses. Towards the end of this, the Lamanites who are not converted are coming and killing the Lamanites who are converted. So this mission was not all fun and just baptizing people all the time. There were lots of hard things. And Ammon even says in his talking about how it went that their hearts were depressed and they were about to turn back. And he talks about bearing with patience all of their afflictions and all the things. They were cast out, mocked, spit upon, smote upon their cheeks, stoned, taken and bound with strong cords, cast into prison. I mean, this was not an easy peasy mission for them. But at the end of it, he's glorying in his God. And he's talking about all of the miracles that they've seen happen and all of the miracles they've been able to be a part of, including the miracle of themselves being saved. Because remember, before they were missionaries to the Lamanites, they were sinners with Alma the Younger, right? And they were on the road with him when the angel appeared to them. And they repented and they were saved, right? And then they wanted to go and tell everybody about Jesus Christ. They wanted to share the gospel. So Ammon is glorying in all of these things and feeling joy for all of these wonderful things that the Lord has allowed them to be a part of. And the way I'm likening this to me today is with a question. When was the last time I took time to rejoice in all of the things that the Lord has let me experience, in all of the miracles I've been able to be a part of, in all of the wonderful ways I've been able to use the talents that He's given me? And when was the last time I thanked Him for all of those things? It's not really something super difficult in idea, but actually doing it is kind of hard. And I think the key to keeping humble as we look at the things we've been able to be a part of is remembering that all good things come from God. And I think Ammon's example is a great one to follow when he says, "Yea, I know that I am nothing. As to my strength, I am weak. Therefore, I will not boast of myself, but I will boast of my God. For in His strength, I can do all things." Yea, behold, many mighty miracles we have wrought in this land, for which we will praise his name forever. And I believe that there is definite joy to be found as we thank the Lord for the miracles, for the wonderful things that we are able to be a part of here during our mortal journey. Thanks for listening. Any quotes or scriptures or stories that I used are cited in the description. This is likened unto me, my personal scripture journey.